Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the February 24 predictions cash run. We've got that late night screen glow, hoodie up, tabs open, and a very serious face while doing very unserious things with odds. Quick reminder before we cook, this is vibe-based analysis, not a crystal ball. We're reading form, energy, team news, and the general football chaos aura. So let's get into the picks. Pick 1, Atletico Madrid versus Club Brugge. Bet Builder. Atletico Madrid wins over 1.5 goals. This one feels like a proper Champions League stress test. The first leg finished 3-3, so nobody's walking into this calm. It's one of those nights where Atletico at home should look like bouncers at the door, but Brugge already showed they can absolutely make this messy. Atletico's home European form has been strong, but the overall recent form has had that 1 week lion, next week mystery feeling. The big vibe piece here, goals. The first leg was chaos. Brugge came from behind, and they've got enough transition threat to create moments again. Atletico also have enough firepower to make this a 2-goal game by themselves if they start fast. Team news-wise, Atletico have absences in midfield, and Brugge are missing Rafael Onyedika through suspension, which matters because that midfield duel got physical in the first leg. Also, there's been some fan noise around Atletico's defensive shakiness lately. Classic social media doing social media things, which honestly adds to the please, just win and don't concede first tension. So the pick makes sense to me, Atleti to get it done, but with enough drama for at least 2 goals on the board. Pick 2, Bayer Leverkusen versus Olympiacos. Bet Builder. Bayer Leverkusen win or draw, plus over 1.5 goals. This is the definition of a professional qualification night pick. Leverkusen are bringing a 2-0 lead into the second leg after Schick hit a quick-fire brace in Greece, and that puts them in control. Not relaxed, but in control. Reuters described it exactly like that. Leverkusen punished Olympiacos and took the wind out of them in the second half. Now the fun part. This tie still has a pulse. Olympiacos have shown they can hurt Leverkusen. They beat them earlier in the competition. And some previews are pointing out they've actually been pretty solid away from home lately, even if their recent overall form is a bit wobbly. Leverkusen also come in off a league loss, so this isn't a total victory lap mood. Team news gives this a slightly scrappy edge too. Leverkusen have a few absences and doubts around key names, including Mark Flecken out, plus more issues in defense attack depth. SI also flagged Loic Bebe as out and Malik Tillman as a doubt after the weekend. Olympiacos have fewer fresh problems, but they still need to chase, which usually opens the game up. Translation: even if Leverkusen don't go full turbo, this still feels like a match that gets to 2 goals one way or another. So yeah, Leverkusen win or draw feels like the safety rail, and over 1.5 feels like the natural match script. Pick 3, Bradford versus Rotherham. Bet Builder. Bradford win or draw under 3.5 goals. Now we drop into League One and the vibe changes instantly. This is less Champions League lights and more proper Tuesday night, elbows, second balls, and someone yelling at the fourth official. Bradford are the stronger side on paper here. They're sitting 5th, pushing for the playoffs, and they've been solid defensively with Sam Walker on 11 clean sheets and one of the better goals against records in the division. They did just lose at Wimbledon, though, in that weird game that started late because the team coach was delayed, which honestly sounds like the most League One sentence ever written. Rotherham come in under pressure with 3 straight losses, and they've got injury issues affecting depth, but they're not totally dead in the water. They've had flashes, and Sam Nombe is still a threat. Plus, the earlier meeting ended 2-2, so there's enough history here to avoid getting too cocky. That said, your pick is smart because it doesn't need Bradford to be perfect, just not to lose. And the under 3.5 fits the tone of a tense Yorkshire game where control matters more than fireworks. This feels like a Bradford job type of game, maybe not glamorous, but organized, solid, and ugly in a useful way. Pick 4. Northampton versus Port. Bet Builder. Northampton win or draw under 3.5 goals. This one screams relegation battle nerves. Northampton are in the danger zone, sitting 22nd and 2 points from safety, and Sportsmole called it a pivotal game at the bottom. They've also struggled badly for goals this season, one of the worst attacks in the division, which immediately helps the under angle. Port Vale's recent vibe is weird in a good way for content. They just grabbed a dramatic stoppage time equalizer versus Reading through Martin Sheriff, and John Brady was talking after the game about the team growing into it and dominating the second half. That's the kind of quote that gives fans hope and gives bettors anxiety. Also, Port Vale's own preview casually reminds everyone Northampton is famous for shoes, which is elite lower league preview energy. But the squad situation still looks rough for Vale. Jack Vale suspended, and key midfielders like Garrity, Byers, and Crowsdale remain unavailable. The reverse fixture was 0, and even though Vale have scored more since New Year, this still feels like a tight, cagey who blinks first match. Perfect territory for Northampton win or draw, plus under 3.5 goals. So that's the 4-pack for February 24. Atletico Madrid win plus over 1.5, Bayer Leverkusen win or draw over 1.5, Bradford win or draw under 3.5, Northampton win or draw under 3.5. Big game tension, League One trench warfare, and just enough chaos to keep it fun. If this lands, we act humble. If it misses, we blame football. As always, good luck, stay disciplined, and don't let one spicy accumulator turn you into a motivational speaker at 2 a.m.